deeply. I am connected to the core of me. Hello, hello, hello. And welcome to Consciously Connected. So good to see you here. I know there's a few of you that are going to be watching the replay, so I hope you enjoy. And we'll get started. So get comfy, get relaxed. The way that we will go through this masterclass tonight is we'll do a little bit of conversation and discussion around what it means to be consciously connected. And then I will take you through a activation where you'll be able to connect to your body, your energy, your chakras, any desires, your intuition, and your higher self. So we will be going through that a little bit later. So connection is a really big topic and something that is personally quite a huge part of the puzzle for me in my own healing experience and my own healing journey. And it's almost as if connection to self is a part of that healing process, because more often than not, a lot of us are disconnected in some way, shape, or form. So the journey of healing, or the things that we have to heal, usually come from some sort of lack of connection, whether it be through disassociation to pain or feelings or experiences, or disconnection to ourself and our own identity, disconnection to our gifts and our power. It all comes back to connection. So it really is something that is weaved throughout everything that we do, really. So when we think about connection, I'd love to know what is the first thing that sort of comes up for you when you think about connection. What does that bring up? What do you immediately think of? And it'd be interesting to know if that is something external that you think of, and that's totally okay if it is. Just being honest with yourself, just thinking the very first thing that pops into your head. Because for a lot of people, including myself, connection is something that I used to chase externally, or used to seek externally, from whether it be through external validation or through people that you are trying to build that connection with, or you're trying to extract that connection or force that connection. And more often than not, if you are seeking or searching, it means that it's actually a reflection of you needing to connect with yourself more, because how you connect to yourself or how you feel about yourself is also projected out onto other people around you as well. So if you are seeking these factors externally, then it's a really good way for you to have a look and ask yourself why. Ask yourself why you are needing that connection. Obviously, it's basic human need to feel connected to people. But one of the needs is around ourselves. And sometimes we overlook that. Sorry, let's get a bit of energy come up. So we often overlook the fact that the connection needs to happen internally before it can then be projected externally. So if we break it down into areas that we can be connected in, the biggest one, I think, for most of us is being connected to our body. And what this means is being grounded, being centered, being in tune with your body, in tune with your emotions, in tune with what your body needs in terms of rest or, you know, water, fluid intake, exercise, in terms of what your body needs nutritionally, and also when it comes to self-care, having a self-care practice that your body needs to be able to restore and replenish itself. And more often than not in these days, well, probably not so much after COVID, but pre-COVID, we were all running at, you know, 1,000,000 miles per hour, and we probably weren't really connected to our body. We were just running in probably a fight or flight stage. And this was because we were overworked, tired, stressed, all of the above. But your body just has to go into that coping mechanism, and it's not actually coming from a place of connection. And it's really, really important that we connect to our bodies. It is so important, especially as women, because our body houses our energy, it houses our intuition, and it also houses our divine, feminine, creative, birthing energy. So it's really important to be able to tap into that. And I can say, hand on heart, that the difference between being disconnected and connected to your body will change everything. It will absolutely change everything. You will go from, you know, perhaps a fast-paced lifestyle with a lack of self-care and mental health issues or body issues, to just feeling so much more centered, calm, clear, creative, and really more, I don't want to use the word in control, because I don't like to think of control as a positive thing, but more in control of the decisions and how they affect your life. Instead of making reactive decisions, you are making proactive decisions based on how it makes you feel, instead of, you know, what if, which comes from a place of fear. So not being connected to your body usually means that you are living in what if or fear or lack mentality, and it then creates more of that in your environment. So it makes it difficult to be manifesting what you want to create, the life that you want to create. You are disconnected, so you can't really attract what you want to call in because you're not connected to it. So yeah, that is something that is really important, is the body. And I just want to talk a little bit about how you can, ways that you can connect to your body. One that I love to do is to get out into nature and ground myself. I find that really calms me down. It gets me out of my thinking mode, let's say, because when you're at home and you can see there's a million things that you need to do, if you don't have strong willpower, then those things will distract you. But getting outdoors into nature will actually allow you to connect to yourself, connect to Mother Earth, which is very grounding for you, and allow you to step back into your body and out of your head. Learning to know when to slow down is also a really great way for getting back into your body and practicing the art of breathing. Just taking a few deep breaths. Actually, let's do it now. Let's close our eyes and take 3 deep cleansing breaths in through the nose. So breathing everything in through the nose and out through the mouth. We'll do 2 more. In through the nose. And just notice now how you feel in your body. You feel yourself be more calm, more peaceful, and you're able to listen and scan your body. So just using this practice every day, if you can, to connect yourself into your body. Usually first thing in the morning is a great way to be able to start your day. And then if you have a morning routine or a morning practice that you like to do, whether it's meditation or any other form of spiritual practice, then it is a great way to dive into that practice. Also we just talked about spiritual practice, so having some form of spiritual practice or self-care plan that you stick to, whether that be meditation, whether that be yoga, whether that be a weekly bath, which is just for you, no kids, no distractions, and just have time to yourself to be able to slow down. It's really, really important for connecting back into your body. Other ways which are a little bit more detailed are through self-awareness, and through this also realizing and processing any previous traumas that you may have around your body. And these could be small things to larger things. Usually it's a great way to start with the smaller things, and then that will slowly unravel anything else that is linked to it or needs to come to the surface. The thing with the body is that it remembers experiences, it remembers hurts and pains, and it holds on to them if we don't allow it to be released. So it's really important to have that self-awareness and be connected to our body so that we can allow that healing process to happen and come out through our body as well. So once we tap into that, it is honestly the most incredible tool you will be able to have. So there are a few little tips and tricks on your body. The second area that we're going to look at is probably leads into that beautifully, all around emotions. So connecting to your body is probably the first step, I would say, and followed by emotions, because you need to be connected to your body first of all, to be able to feel your emotions, to be able to allow your emotions, and do this in a way that feels safe for you. Because if you are disconnected, then it means that you probably don't feel safe in your body, or you don't feel safe feeling pain or any sort of negative energy, perhaps because it's attached to something that you purposely disconnected from because it was too painful or just too difficult to deal with at the time. So that means that you've also disconnected from the emotional pain of that. You've disconnected from the feeling. And we need to be connected to the feeling in order to heal that pain. So if we are not connected to our emotions will get the better of us, and they will happen anyway because they are emotions. And if we let them build and build and build on top of each other, eventually they will need to come out. But it will be in an unhealthy way or an uncontrolled way where it will just feel too overwhelming, and you will want to constantly avoid that feeling of bringing up your emotions. But the thing with emotions is that they are not negatively or positively charged. They are neutral. They are just given the charge through our experiences. So when someone's upset you, you have that feeling of being sad, or perhaps someone's made you angry. You have that feeling of being angry, and that becomes your default mechanism. So next time someone makes you angry, you go into that feeling of being angry because you've based it on a previous experience. Excuse me one second. So, yes, so being aware of our emotions is quite key to being able to allow them to come up to the surface in a completely safe environment where you feel safe and being connected rather than disconnected and avoiding them is the only way that you will be able to heal and process those emotions, because emotions need to be processed through your body, need to be felt through your body in order to let them go. So emotions is a big one in conjunction with being connected to your body. So sometimes what happens is we are not given the proper tools to be able to process certain emotions or certain experiences, or we don't understand what emotions are. We're not taught what emotions are through our upbringing because of various reasons. And it's something that's becoming more, I guess, more popular, and it's happening to children now and nowadays because people are aware of it. But growing up, a lot of people didn't know how to process their emotions or how to navigate them when they came up. So they felt that they were quite destructive and overwhelming, which is why a lot of people would just disconnect from them straight away. And that comes from a feeling of not feeling safe, avoidant attachment behavior, some sort of childhood trauma, perhaps it's a core wounding or trauma-related response, and just the lack of education in terms of how to navigate these emotions as they come up. But the biggest thing would be to allow yourself the feeling of safety, to be safe, to connect to these emotions. It may seem scary, it may seem too hard and too difficult and too painful, but what if on the other side of that you could feel free of this experience that's weighing you down or has weighed you down for years and years and years because you are carrying it around in your body? What if you could have that feeling of feeling lighter and clearer and just happier? You don't need to carry these emotions around with you. We need to learn to be able to connect to them and allow them to show us the lesson in what we need to know so we can deal with the next experience when this emotion or this feeling comes up in our body. And I put together a little process of what I like to do in case your emotions start to get the better of you. So if you find yourself in a situation where your emotions are spiraling out of control and you start to feel whatever the feeling is come up for you, try breathing. Try taking a few deep breaths in and out slowly. And as you're doing that, just closing your eyes and allowing whatever it is that you're feeling, just allowing this feeling to come up. No judgment, no analysing, no trying to fix the emotion or the problem, just allowing that to come up. And then finding a way to release your emotions, because emotions are just energy. They are just energy and they need to be able to move through your body and come out of you in order for you to release them. So find a way to release. This could be through singing, dancing, through grabbing a pillow, and if you need to scream into it, or put the music up really loud and scream at the top of your lungs to the music. Just finding some sort of way to be able to move or vocalize that energy to come out of your body. Healing is also a good technique to be able to do that. If you can see a healer do some energy healing, that helps to also move the energy and get the flow going for you. But the key thing to remember with that is that you need the awareness of the emotion to be able to move it through your body. So you recognize what that emotion is and where that comes from. Why are you feeling the way you're feeling? When have you felt that way before? And a good way to release it is sometimes to just change your environment. If you are indoors or you're at work at your desk and you start to feel some sort of emotion come up, go and take a walk, or, go and sit in the park and breathe deeply for a few minutes. Get outside, get grounded, or have a bath and relax and just regulate your emotions. And then creating a reflection practice after your emotions have passed, and journal back and just see what is behind that. Maybe it was linked to something in your past, and find the lesson in that outburst. Emotions. So from emotions, this is actually quite powerful because it Our emotions are stored in our sacral chakra, so in our belly chakra under our navel. And this is also the home of our creativity as well, a sacral center. And by processing these emotions, you start to make space for your creativity to come through and shine. But without the space, it makes it really hard to connect into your divine creative energy. So doing this work of connection actually allows the process of creation to happen, which is pretty amazing. And connecting to this energy is all a part of connecting to your divine feminine, which is something that's really powerful. Connecting to your divine feminine energy means that you will increase your self-love and your appreciation for yourself and others around you. It means that you can create a deeper connection with yourself and your body, connecting to certain aspects, whether it's your heart energy, your desires and intentions, or whether it's your creative energy that we talked about, or your visualization, your visions, but also your sensuality and your softness as well. It allows you to be in tune with the rhythms of your body and the cycles of the female body as well. Strengthens your inner guidance, your intuition, strengthens your trust and your belief in yourself. It allows you to generate more creative energy, allows you to birth creative dreams and visions, and it allows you to become fully open to receiving, which is a really, really big one, especially when it comes to manifestation. Being connected into your feminine energy allows you to start to open up and soften your body instead of being contracted and tight and stressed and having that feeling of fear or lack or what if mentality that we talked about in the beginning. Creates a deeper sense of community and partnership with other people, and gives you the ability to relax and let go. Let go of these emotions that you have been afraid to connect with or to process. Be afraid of these doubts that you were thinking, oh, I can't do that because what if this happens or what if that happens? Or and it also allows you to feel connected to source, to God, to your higher powers, to your higher self as well, and allows you to be present. It allows you to be in the present moment instead of being in that tense of the future, always thinking about the future. I've got to cook dinner, I've got to get this done. I know those are daily mundane things that we all have to do, but if you can connect into this divine energy within your body and just allow you to connect into the present moment, focus on the present moment. So when you are cooking dinner or you are having a meal with your family, you are totally present and connected. You're not thinking about the 100 million other things that you need to do to prepare for tomorrow. They are always going to be there. So rather than thinking about them, just let them be and just practice being in the present moment and see what happens. Because at the end of the day, it is all about being present in our life and enjoying each moment, enjoying what we have in our life right now, instead of what's going to happen tomorrow or you know, the next day or the next year or whatever it may be. So yeah, that is a little bit about connection. Connecting to your divine feminine energy looks like a lot of ways, really. Some of them we've talked about. Connecting to your body is important, and you can do that through your own spiritual practice or self-care practice. Dancing, getting that energy moving in your body. Connecting to Mother Nature, allowing your body to feel and starting to use your body as a guide for how you're feeling. And there is a little bit of work around the emotional side of things, which you'll probably need to, or not need to, but through processing your emotional traumas will help you build a stronger connection to your divine feminine. So it all comes back to being able to make space for that energy to cultivate, and also knowing how to cultivate that energy as well. So keep the practice simple and keep it concise to something that you can manage in your day, with the breathing or some sort of movement of your body, and see how you go. And what we'll do now to be able to connect us is we will do a little guided activation where I will take you through and allow you to connect deeper to your body and your energy. So get comfortable and I'll just set up. Connected to the core of me. I reach deep, roots reach deeply. I am connected to the core of me. Connected to my root of me. Reach deep, roots reach deeply. I am connected to the core of my root. Just before we start, just maybe stand up where you are now and just move your body, move your hips, move back so you can see me. I am connected to the core of me, connected to my root of me, reach deep, my root, I am breathing. Just close your eyes and move your body. Just put your hand on your body if you're comfortable. My roots reach deeply. I am connected to the core of me. My roots reach deeply. I am just finding somewhere comfortable. My roots reach deeply. Getting comfortable. You can be seated or lying down, whatever you feel is more relaxing for you. And I'm just going to protect our energy before we start. Just transmuting any energies that are not in service to the light. Just closing down your eyes for me. Just taking a few deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. And as you inhale, just breathing up any tension, tightness that's stored in your body. Just allowing this to be released on your exhale. And just one more deep breath in. Just continue normal breathing in your body. Just allow your breathing to regulate. If you wish, you can continue breathing long and deep. And start to feel your body relaxing and melting into the space where you are. Feel your body softening as it relaxes with each breath that you take. I just want you to take a moment now to bring your awareness into your body. Noticing any niggles or discomforts. Or any bits of resistance that you feel to completely surrendering to this process. I want you to just let it know that you're safe. You're being held in this space to allow you to let go of anything that you need to be able to connect into your body. Just allowing whatever comes up for you to happen, and know that it's perfectly fine. There's no right or wrong way to experience. Whatever you experience is perfect for you right now. Just want you to bring your awareness down to your feet. To the base of your feet. Imagine that there are roots forming out of your feet. And these roots grow through the floor in your house, out through the concrete and the dirt and the rocks, all the way down, past all the layers of the earth, until you get to the center of the earth. And you start to notice at the very center of the earth, there is a giant sphere of moving light energy. It is a vibrant red color. Of this pulsating red light, and you can feel its vibration as you get closer and closer. Till eventually you get close enough that you can put your hand out and touch it. And as you do, you notice that your hand can go through the other side into another dimension, knowing that you are safe and you are protected by the power of the earth. You allow your body to step out into the sphere and into the new dimension. And as soon as you do, you step out into this forest that is lined with hundreds and hundreds of trees that are centuries old. They've been there for so many centuries. There are grassy fields surrounding you. And you notice there is a path in front of you. And you start to walk up this path that has been laid out with stones in front of you. Just gazing your eyes up around the magnificence of the trees, the clear blue sky above you. And you can feel the sun peering down through the trees as its rays hits your face. It warms your skin. You feel a feeling of just relaxation and happiness. You feel as though you are one with the earth. When you sing, the trees sing back at you. When you breathe, the wind rushes through your hair. You are completely connected to the earth. And as you start to walk up this path, you can see some sort of a building in the distance. You can't quite make out what it is just yet, but you're feeling pulled to get closer. So you continue to walk down the path. To this building that the path leads to. And as you get a little bit closer, you can see that it's an old, ancient stone temple. Giant stone steps. And you get close enough where you can see at the top of the staircase, through the corridor, there appears to be a throne made of stone, but you can't quite see anything else. You need to get a little bit closer. You get close enough that you're able to take a step up onto the first platform. And as you do, you notice that the concrete step changes to a slab of red crystal, lights up. And as you step onto it, you feel this surge of red energy float up through your feet and your legs, up into your base chakra, completely grounding you, and letting you know that you are safe as you embark on this journey of escalation up to the temple. You can leave all your concerns and worries behind, as you will not need them. And you step up onto the second slab. Notice that it starts to turn a bright orange, amber colour that's glowing beneath your feet. And as it's glowing beneath your feet, you start to feel this energy rise up through your legs, and enter into your sacral chakra, the home of connection to your emotions, knowing that you are safe to connect to this part of you that maybe you have forgotten about, or you didn't really know how, but you are safe to do so. And as you do so, this vibrant orange energy circulates through your sacral chakra, allowing you to bring out any stored emotions, allowing you to bring up any feelings that need to be released. And just allowing whatever needs to come up for you in this moment, knowing that you are safe and protected in this energy, you are supported. When you are ready, invite you to take the next step up onto the platform above you. And you notice that it's a golden yellow color that lights up so brightly it's almost blinding. And allowing this golden yellow energy to filter up through your body, past your base, your sacral chakra, up into your solar plexus, at the top of your rib cage, allowing this energy to fill up your space. And as it does so, it prompts you to let go of any fears, any beliefs that may not be serving you. It allows you to connect into your soul, allows you to connect into your true power, your bravery, your courage. To keep going on this journey that you're on. Giving you the strength to take another step up onto the next platform. And as you do, it lights up with this green, vibrant energy. And as soon as it does, you feel it touch your heart and surround your entire heart space as it begins to open you up. Begins to allow you to soften and let go and release, knowing that you have the strength and the courage, the protection, the awareness to let go of anything that has been weighing you down. Anything that's been on your mind. Now is the time to let it go. And as this energy completely covers your heart and moves up to your chest, you start to feel your heart opening little by little, like a flower, making space for the petals to blossom and grow, making space for you to be able to connect to what you truly desire. What is it that you want, that you desire, that your heart desires? How do you want to feel? And releasing this intention out into the universe. And just be open to receiving through the art of surrendering and letting go. And as you do, you start to feel lighter. You start to have more energy to be able to proceed up onto the next step that you see above you. As you notice it turning a light blue colour, and you start to allow this energy to travel up your body, past your legs and your hips, past your sacral and your solar plexus, up past your chest, and all the way up to your throat. Where it starts to activate your throat chakra. Slowly untangling any tightness, any resistance, any fear of judgment, of what others will think of you, when you are able to fully express yourself. Just taking a deep breath in here as you release and open up more. Just knowing that you are safe to be fully expressed as you are, as you, as the real you, not what other people think that they want to see, not what you think they want to see, but the real you, how you want to show up. If you weren't afraid of what other people would think, being confident in speaking up and sharing your message and your voice, letting people know what you have to say, and what you have to say matters. By you speaking up, you give permission to other people to do the same. Just allowing this feeling of openness to be felt across your whole body. As you proceed up the staircase onto the next platform, you are completely open and relaxed. And as you step onto the platform, it turns a dark indigo colour. And this indigo energy starts to float up your body like a mist that travels through the air, up past your knees and your hips, your stomach and your chest, up past your throat and your ears, all the way up to your forehead. And this energy starts to pour into your third eye, clearing out any fog or confusion, making space for you to be able to see what it is that you want to create in your life. What it is that you want to start to call in. Connecting to your divine guidance and your intuition through this channel. Learning to trust in it. Learning to trust yourself. Learning to listen to yourself in these moments of connection. Just allowing this energy to open up this channel for you so that you can receive messages of intuition from yourself, from your soul, from your true being. You feel connected to this inner being, this inner voice inside you. And just knowing that you are open to receiving any messages as you continue to journey up to the next platform, the final platform. You step onto this platform above you, and as you do, it lights up the violet coloured energy, light, and it lights up the corridor in front of you, all the way to the throne. And you start to take a few steps towards the corridor. And as you do, you feel this violet, purple energy start to completely fill your entire body. All the way up through your base and your sacral, past your solar plexus, your heart, up to your throat and your third eye, all the way to the top of your head. You are completely covered in this purple, violet ray of light. You are glowing. And each step that you take, you notice that the corridor starts to light up more and more and more. And you start to see more closely the detail in the throne at the end of the corridor. And you start to notice there is a figure seated in the throne. And you start to take a note of the figure as you get closer and closer. And you notice that there is a small staircase leading up to the throne. And you start to walk up the stairs. On each step that you take, you notice that the figure starts to become clearer to you. And you start to realize that this figure is you. This figure is your higher self. Noticing what they look like, how they're dressed. And when you get close enough, you can meet your higher self. And ask them if they have any messages for you. And allow this message to come through. Be open to receiving. Be open to connecting with your higher self. And if there are any messages that you want to share with your higher self or any questions that you want to ask it, now is the time to do so. And once you've received your message, thank your higher self. And thank yourself for having the courage to come out and connect to your higher self in this moment. And say goodbye as you make your way down the staircase that you traveled up. Knowing that you are connected to yourself, to your chakras, to your energy, to your heart, your desires. You are connected to your divine power and your higher self. And as you get to the bottom of the staircase, I want you to follow the path in front. It veers off to a grassy field. Getting to the grassy field, you plant your feet onto the grass. Grounding you and connecting you back to the earth. And continue walking until you find the portal of light. To allow you to travel home. And as you step through this portal, you maintain this connection that you've cultivated within yourself. And as you travel up through all the layers of the earth, and the rocks and the soil, back up into your room and your space, where you are now. And just maintaining this feeling of connection as you sit or lie there. And just taking a few moments to allow your body to come into the present moment where you are now. And just giving yourself some time. But as you do, try and maintain this feeling that you feel within yourself, this feeling of lightness and inspiration, relaxation. And I invite you to grab a piece of paper or grab your journal and just write whatever comes to mind. Let the words flow out. Don't try and force anything, and just allow whatever needs to come through for you. Allowing any messages that may have come through for you during this activation, any desires or feelings that you want to release through word. Writing the words, I release, and then followed by the emotion or the feeling or the belief. And be really gentle with yourselves for the rest of the day or night, whenever you're watching this. And I hope you enjoy. Bye.